everyone, this is Curtis with Weed Whacker Lawn Care. Hey, today in this video, what I'm going to be sharing with y'all is about insurance that I used the time that I was out doing lawn care service. Now I still have my insurance, but I'm not active working on a daily basis anymore. I know I'm taking it easy. That's what I've been doing, y'all. Taking it easy, really been enjoying this. I tell you, it's been really fun taking it easy, just relaxing, just doing some of the stuff that I like to do that I didn't get to do when I was out there working every day, grinding, as they say. You know, no, I'm not grinding anymore. I'm just taking it easy. You know, sometimes somebody will try to get me to come out and do something. I'm like, no, I done helped enough customers, and I'm like, it's ending. I was getting to that point that, hey, it's time. It's time to go and do what I want to do. I mean, come on, guys. You start getting older, it's just time. You don't, life is short as it is, so you make you some money, save you some money, and enjoy your life. I mean, come on, enjoy. I mean, it's short. I didn't have time to really do a lot. I was working so much. I mean, I was hard grinding. But while I was grinding, though, I'm going to share with y'all the insurance that I used. It was Insure B. And I'm going to put a link in there so that y'all can go and check it out, get your quote on it. And, you know, insurance is very important when you're out working as a solo guy or being in business, or if you have employees or whatever. You need to have insurance because you're responsible. If you have somebody out there and they get hurt or whatever, or if some damage happens on someone's property, break a window, somebody has some French door with some special cutout glass, and you're out using your string trimmer, it picks up a rock and hit that door with that French glass cut in there, that can be like $10,000 door. It's got to come out of pocket. So luckily you have insurance. Now you get on those types of properties where you had a home that costs like $700,000 or $800,000, and something like that happens, where these kind of customers here are well-to-do customers, and on their property, some of them, well, they don't mind paying you like $100 every time you come and mow their lawn. If they want it on a weekly basis, then you come there every week, you're going to get $100. And I've had customers like that, and that's why I had the insurance, because I'd be afraid if something happens. I'm like, I'm not wanting to spend no $10,000 for a door, but that's what it is. Or you got some car over here that costs $200,000 or $300,000. You know, they may have, I don't know, Rolls Royce, Lambo, Huracan, or whatever. You flew around and scratched that car. Imagine the body work that they got to do to get that fixed. So, you know, a lot of them, you got to be very careful. Now, if somebody got a very expensive car, I would schedule a time to go and mow their lawn and make sure that that car wasn't there, and tell them exactly what's what, because, you know, I'm gonna mow your lawn. I don't want to get any grass on that car. I don't want nothing to happen to that car. I'm here. I'll treat it. I wish I had one, but treat it like it's mine. So you ask them, you know, maybe they'll put it in the garage so it'll be protected and nothing will happen to it, and, you know, you'll feel more safe working on that type of property, you know, because, hey, there's some people that have a lot of money and you out mowing grass, so you're like, but you want to be covered if something happens. And I've known some people, they out mowing lawns and they break a window, and window costs with labor and time like about $1,400. Well, they don't have no insurance, so they're trying to come out of pocket to pay for this window for this customer, and they can't pay for it. So then they got to work it off. They got to keep coming over there and try to work it off. They got some customer that's reasonable, that's okay. You got a young guy doesn't have any money to pay, but he damaged my property. You know, and they're like, okay. Not everyone's going to be reasonable as that customer was. It's going to be linear and let him work it off. You know, so I would say his best thing is to have insurance. But I meet a lot of guys like that. They don't want to have no insurance, and something happens, No. You know, the people looking at you, sometimes they'll get rid of you because you if you damage something on their property, they don't want to own up to it. You know, if I mean, I've had some where I've had a window screen door, and I noticed when I showed up, I had a recording of it, and I noticed after morning, I was like, this thing is shattered, it's my fault. And I let the customer know, and they were like, wow. I said, I'll own up to my mistakes. I got insurance, we can get this fixed. And that's what we did. We got it fixed. I own up to what had happened when I showed up at the property. You know, and you know, those things can happen when you got something moving like a mower with the blades on it. They get under there and some object get up under there and it throws it out. The blades catches it and swings it out, and you never know. It could hit a car or hit something on the house, damage the house, anything. Especially when you have a screen trimmer that can pick up a rock. Anything can happen. And if you have somebody working with you, they could break a leg, stumble, fall, hurt their back, end up hurting their neck. Got to have insurance for them. You want to have workman's comp insurance if they get hurt, because they're going to come after you. They take you to court, you're going to be sitting in the courtroom. And that's why, you know, we got a lot of education out here nowadays. That's why you see all of these court shows, all these different judge shows. And that's educating your mind. Like, what if that was me in that situation? Somebody come after me and suing me and take me to small claims court or whatever. You want to be insured. You want to let them know that, hey, I'm owning up to my problem. I want to get this resolved. I'm sorry that it happened. I wasn't meaning for that to happen, but things happen in life, and we want to get this resolved. And that's what you do for the customer, you know, because hey, it's a lot of education. People are not going to be like, oh, he did it. Look at this camera. Roll the camera back. Cameras are recording you, and you don't own up to your fault, your mistakes. They got you right here. But he told me, I asked him, and he said that he didn't do it. So I'm like, okay. When they show you that, then what you gonna say? You know, if you did something on there and they got proof, ask them to show you the proof. Show them the film. Show me where you got me doing something like this. And then you're like, well, I got my cameras rolling too. And it's like I'm recording every step of the way of what's going on, before and after. And you're like, huh? The customer's not aware that I'm rolling too. That's part of the job. That's part of my gear, is to make sure that I do a safe job when I show up. And the customer is like, oh, okay. You're reassuring the customer that you're going to come there, you're going to do a professional job, you're going to do it at the safest possibility. You want to get on somebody's property, you want to work safe, you don't want to get hurt, you don't want to damage their property or anything. And that's where, like, when I have I have my insurance, I have a printout, and I would go to the customer and I show them what my insurance covered if something happens. And that's part of you negotiating your rate into your business. I mean, you know, a lot of times people, they have these fly-by-night lawn services. Somebody go down to Walmart, grab a lawnmower and a trimmer. Hey, I'm in the business, I'm cutting yards. You want to cut your yard? Oh yeah, how much you charge? Oh man, $25, $30. Okay. That guy that's charging that goes out and say he breaks a window. No insurance. It costs, like I say, $1,400 a guy. Well, this guy ain't got no money. What you gonna do to him? He ain't got nothing. So then you get what you pay for. So if the guy tells you, well, I charge $40, $50, $60 every time I go out, that's what I charge. Now, that covers me to drive over here, my time, my gas, my equipment, my trailer, my equipment that I'm using. That's all included in that, for me to bring that over here to do that. Now, someone, when they wake up and they realize that they're wasting a lot of their time bringing all the equipment and you're just wearing out the mower, you're wearing out all your gear to come over here and do this job, and you don't have no money to recover. It's like, this is a service-based business, and we know it's based upon the weather. If the weather is good, then, and the grass is growing, then you may do well this lawn care season. I mean, you may be a drought and the grass is not growing. So what do? Well, that's why you save your money for those times. When it's good, you have to save very hard. And that's why you charge what you charge, so it can get you over to when the weather is better. When you got good weather, you keep going, you keep grinding, you keep going. And that's the way you're working in this business. That's the way I worked. I learned a long time ago. This is a service-based business. Sometimes it may be raining for a whole month. That's a downtime I'm going to lose on this one. But once it stops raining, everything dries up, then I'm going to get out there. If I have to work 7 days a week, that's what I was doing, working 7 days a week. And I would recoup all of that income in and save that income, because, hey, this is going to happen again. And what happened year after year. And so you're just like, can I afford to sit around for 6 months and not work? Yes, I could. I can afford that because I know how this business works. It's a seasonal based business. And you saying, well, okay, I saved up enough money, so that's going to carry me over until the weather gets better and it picks back up. And so when you learn how to do that, then you're going to have a good lawn care season. I mean, hey, I would get jobs. I was like, wow, people want the hedges trimmed. They want the flower beds cleaned out and everything. And you go and do that. Now, that's why I say you need to have insurance, because I could have got hurt. I mean, I ran up on a lot of different spiders. I ran up on different types of snakes. I could have got bitten, all of that. I got to have insurance. I remember one time I was trimming this hedge that was on the side of the house, and I had to get a little ladder to step up on to trim it. And so as I was trimming that, I noticed it was, I don't know, some type of bees or wasps or whatever came out on me, and I was like, oh my God, what am I gonna do now? Luckily, I had a hat on, and I was switching that hat away until as I was walking down there. Now, I dropped my little trimmers, but I was like, forget it. These things are finna sting me. I'm gonna be in real trouble. But had I got hurt, I was covered and insured. If, say I would have stumbled and, I don't know, the ladder fell off from up under me and went through the window, then I got hurt. Plus, I did damage on the property, on the customer's property, while trimming a hedge because these wasps came out on me. Well, that was going to have to be fixed if something like that happened. But no worries, because I was insured for myself, and I'm insured through my business, that if that window would have got broken or whatever, it was going to get taken care of. And those are things that you have to keep in mind of when you're out working, and when you're giving a customer a quote, you have to quote that in, that you're insured and all. And otherwise, if something happens, you're at fault. I mean, you always have to look at drive time. When you're on that road, if something happens and you catch a flat and you have to change the tire on the trailer or your truck or whatever, and you wasn't over there on time, and you change that tire on your trailer or your truck, and you pull up over there at that property and it's already mowed, it's like, wait a minute, they didn't inform me anything. So you thinking that it's okay, but it's never okay. That's why you have to get your money up front. You give the rate that you're going to charge for doing a lawn, and you let the customer know. I had to start letting customers know that, hey, if I pull up in the lawn and you didn't notify me or anything, that's okay. If you feel that way, that's why I'm going to charge you the rate that I charge. And that rate, I got my insurance rate in there too. I'm charging for all of this. And you have to let the customer know what's what. Now, if they made an agreement, or if they want to just say, well, hey, listen, I no longer want you to come out, that's fine and good too. You know, but at least you let me know. That shows me that you respect me. You didn't disrespect me. You respect me by letting me know, because I could be somewhere else working, on my way somewhere else working with somebody else that's happy with the service for whatever reason. People have all different types of reasons. Somebody come by and say they can do it for cheaper, they can do this and they can do that, and then the customer end up calling you back and, you know, say, well, listen, I'm not happy with them, and would you come back? Hey, my rate has increased, so has my insurance rate has increased, so you have to charge more. So, you know, you factor all of that in there. I mean, if the customer wants you, they want you. If they don't, they don't. That's just the way it is. And I'm telling you, a lot of stuff I would do, like larger companies, contracts, a lot of that, some of them would pay good and some of them not good. But I had my insurance for that, and I was like, for the time that I got to spend on this property for that certain amount of money, it's not worth it. I made more money doing smaller jobs on a residential than me taking 3 or 4 hours to do this big old commercial property. You know, like some of them, like apartment complex, motels, hotels, what all, like graveyards, cleaners, just a lot. I mean, it requires you to have a lot of insurance, a lot of overhead, your costs, and you have to go in and sit down and figure that out. Where's the profit at in doing all of this work? I could get a lot of work, and then a lot of times people be thinking that, oh, well, I just charge cheaper and I'll get more yards. You're charging cheaper, as a cheaper rate, as a, what they would say, as a low rate. You're not actually making money. I had a customer one time told me that, well, the other guy was charging me $20. I said, okay, I'm not doing it for 20. I told you it's 40, and that's what it is. And he said, well, I say, listen, he got to mow 2 yards to make 40. I'm mowing 1 to make 40. What sense does that make? I say, he's wearing out his truck, trailer, and he ain't even making any money out of this. I say half and half. You need to diversify some cash for the truck time, the trailer time. Take, if you had to go and rent all your equipment for that day, and then go and do the job, and then rent out your services. How much money are you making? So everything is on rent. Figure it that way. If you had to go and rent stuff, so you got to put that out there that, hey, all my stuff is rented out. So when the customer called me, the customer is actually paying for my mower. That's where your rate is gonna come in. That's all rented out. I have to have these tools to perform this job. So as soon as these tools are gonna wear out, and you're gonna have a replacement call. That's the same as these companies that rent equipment. That stuff is gonna wear out. Then they're gonna get another car. They're gonna take that and turn it in and get another car and make more money off of it. That same way you have to look at it as using your equipment. You're gonna have to diversify your costs. You know, old trucks, you get a certain amount of miles on it, seals and transmission and rear end, all of that stuff wear out, and you have to have another new truck. And if you ain't got no new truck money, then you're gonna have to patch that thing to keep it going. And sometimes you're losing money by putting money into something that's old, that's just not gonna function correctly. It'll work good for a little while, but then it breaks again. I went through that problem. I said never again. I'd rather just buy a new truck and make the money, and if I can't pay cash for it, then I make it where I put a certain amount down on it and have a little monthly note on it. And I mean, that's just borrowing some money, but I don't want to borrow no money. If I can pay cash for it, I'll pay cash for it. And mostly that's what I would do, save my money up for those type of time when stuff like that would happen. So anyway, guys, that's why I'm just sharing this video to help some of you guys out there, to let you know what insurance I used when I was in my business of doing lawn care. You know, like I said, I still have my insurance. if I want to go out and do some lawns and all. But I don't want to go out and do anything. I'm not trying to do anything. I'm here in the AC right now, cooling it, taking it easy. I done put my time in. You know, when I say put my time in, I have put my time in. If you think I haven't, go back and look at some of the videos. You'll see some of the jobs that I put in, working, running these mowers, up and, you know, going all day long. I'm working doing the lawns and recording and sharing the videos, sharing what I'm doing. You know, I put my time in. Oh, guys, I got another one to tell you. I had a customer one time call me and said, well, they wanted to know what I charged, so I gave them a quote on that. And they was telling me about this other lawn service that they had where, let me see, I guess the person that they were using had damaged their sprinklers. And it wasn't working, so they didn't want to own up to it. So then they were looking for someone else. So they called me. And a lady, called me a number of times, and I got to the point where that, okay, what else do you want to know? Okay, we would like to get the service, but we want to know, do you have any reference? I said, yes, ma'am, I have a lot of reference. I said, here, what I want you to do. Go to my channel, weedwhackerlawncure.com, and look at the videos. And on that video, I want you to pick one of them, and let me know which one it is that you picked, and I'll get in contact with the customer and tell them that you're looking for a reference. The lady went and looked through the videos, and then called me back and asked me when could I start. I said, did you find a video? Because I'll get them to give me a reference, and you already see what I can do. I'm showing you what I can do for you. And I say, just what I'm doing for them, I'm going to do for you. And I did. I went over and I gave her my rate and told her she already knew what was going to happen from the video. She liked the video, enjoyed the video, and I performed the same service for her that I was performing in the video for her. And she enjoyed it. But then that customer was good for a while, but then it got to the point where that they kept wanting to change the time. They wanted me to come at this time and wait till they walk their dogs and all this and that. Listen, ma'am, I'm sorry, but I appreciate it, but I put a schedule together when I'm going to be over in that area, and these are the times that I can come over and do this area. I'm not finna come at this time after you get through walking your dog at this time or whatever and all this and that. I ain't finna do all that. This is a business. I put you on a schedule. We go from there. If you ain't happy with that, find somebody else that'll come when you come calling them and you want service then and there. It is just ludious stuff. You be like, man, please, I'm not finna do all of that. I ain't gonna do it. No, I'm not gonna do it. These are the times that you're gonna get. If it rain, it may roll over. If it rain the whole week, it's gonna be roll over into the next week. But you have to be upfront. And then sometimes when things like that happen, you had a lot of bad weather and you show up and it's been mowed, or they just have one of these panic attacks where they just, oh, I gotta have my yard mowed now. Well, go right ahead. Go right ahead, mow it. But I'm not finna run behind you or worry about it. I'll be like, it was already mowed. If they call me and ask me back, like I said again, and I said it earlier, the rate gonna go up. The rate goes up. I ain't gonna stay at no one rate. This is you inconvenient the schedule. And when you inconvenient my schedule, I have to charge more. And that's the thing you have to keep in mind. You're running a service and you don't have time to wait for what I'm saying is waste time driving somewhere and there's nothing for you to do. I've already had it done. They didn't get back with you. They didn't let you know. They don't appreciate you. So therefore, listen, I don't appreciate you. Two can play this game. It don't matter to me whether I cut it or not. There's plenty of other people want their lawns cut. Phone ain't never stopped ringing. You know, because people are looking and study moving in every day. Moving out, moving in, moving out, moving in. Every day this is going on. So then my phone would ring every day because that's the way it is. But guys, hey, I was just sharing this video with you, sharing a little bit of information with you on what insurance that I use, the InsureB. I'm going to put this link in here and check it out. If you want to get you a quote, get you a quote. Anyway, guys, take care. I'm out of here. Bye.